Hey everybody, Kane here, and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. So, in this one we have Spirit Glade, and as you can see, I've done a couple of explorations. I kind of thought I might actually be lucky to get this pet, cause he has pretty interesting ability. So, its name is Phantom Hound, and the passives on this particular pet is all friendly units gain 6% attack, which doesn't seem a lot, but honestly, this might actually be broken. And when actively curses, or rather, when actively cast, curses the target area, making enemy melee troops, emphasis on melee troops, within range permanently lose max HP. So, what this ability says is it only affects the army within range of your casting, I suppose, or the tile diameter, permanently lose 20% max HP. So basically, if they have, say, 10 million HP, this would knock off like 2 million HP, which does mean quite a bit. But it really depends how this acts, how this calculates, how this performs. Usually, these values, you can never really trust them. Usually, when they release a new feature, event, or etc., they tend to make it so it's absolutely broken. So, from the glances and opinions of quite a few people, pretty much this pet might not be good and is one of the worser pets in the game. So one of my buddies was using a glinting, I believe. Let me just quickly find it. I believe my buddy was using glinting for a majority of the time for events, for PvP and stuff like that. And he played the Spirit Glade event and he got this pet to, I believe he said 3 or 4 star. And I do believe this attack value raised a little bit. And he increased his DPS event score by about 20 to 30%. Now, there are a few nuances that we have to talk about this particular sentence. So, I highly doubt that Lilith would release a feature, an event, a pet that would kind of have a very bad active ability and would have a base attack value passive ability. What I do assume this happens is it adds a true attack value to your entire field, which means all friendly units, that means heroes and your army and your dragon. Heroes can benefit from it, army can also benefit from it. So the difference between, for example, this roaster drake or the difference between, say, something like a glinting pet, etc., is that huge emphasis is on their active ability, meaning it's lasting like 8 seconds, I think 16 seconds at high star, versus a pet that has a continuous good ability providing huge amounts of attack value. Now, this was only from one person. Tests kind of have to be done on or with multiple people in multiple phases of the game, like whether it's PvP, events, attack against one army, few armies, heroes, etc. Many things have to be done. So if you would be even considering of getting this pet with this ability or spending on the Spirit Glade event, do ask around in your group, in your friend list, whether people have this particular pet. What do they think of it? How is the PvP? How are the events? Can they just, for example, take into consideration like say they would have a let's just quickly check, like for example a glinting, right, or an umbra fox. Ask them to equip that pet, right, and not cast its ability for events, maybe PvP, maybe even testing around 1 or 2 or 3 armies, right? And after that, put on this pet and kind of check how well this pet is performing. It's usually better done when you're recording, so you can compare the damages, the times the units or heroes would clear and stuff like that, like the efficiency, the numbers on the screen, not the data log or any of that bullcrap, but the visuals on your screen and the HP bars and stuff like that. And then make your, I suppose, opinion or decision whether or not this is working or it's really bad. Personally, I would think they would not do a base attack value pet because majority of the stuff that they are dishing out currently is broken beyond belief, and absolutely paywalled. So I don't think that this pet is actually as weak as many people might say. But then again, tests do kind of have to be done to really make up the entire opinion whether or not this is incredibly powerful. So I've only heard this from one person. If anyone else is able to perform some tests, do message me in PM. I'm gonna ask around. Maybe I know someone in your realm as well that could test out with you or stuff like that. Or what are your numbers? What do you think happened? How well it improved your PvP or event scores and stuff like that. Do let me know either in the comments below or PM so we might, spread it out a little bit and perhaps assist a couple more people. Because again, it really depends on the amount of testing you'd be able to do for this one specific passive. If you're not able to test this passive, if you don't know anyone with this passive, it's actually pretty hard to say whether or not this pet would be good. The active ability is not really that good. I'll be the first to say it. It's not really that good, but the passive ability is what actually might make this pet incredibly powerful. Because again, do keep in mind that these pets have a 10 to 16-second timer and a specific place where they are good. Whereas this particular pet, if it is providing true attack bonuses, it is buffing a huge portion of your field. Like, you have a huge burst site. Usually burst sites now don't actually cover even half of the space of where you usually place your pet buff or spirit beast buff, because the diameter is not as huge as most burst sites. Some people, yeah, but if you're implementing archers and stuff like that, majority of the placement of, say, roaster drakes or glintings, they're actually not enough to cover the entire thing. In which case, a passive like this might actually be one of the best things to have. Again, requires more testing. If I get more information, if more people do message me, I might make a second video to maybe approve, maybe provide some video content about this as well. Because this currently was just my own opinion with the words of one of my buddies. Again, anyone else has any other information, do let me know in the comments down below or PMs so we can just have a little chat as well. Hopefully this was useful to you. If it was, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. So as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. And in return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. So also, I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really, really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.